We see the word sum, so that makes us think to our formula sheet to use one of our sum formulas. Now on your formula sheet there are 3 sum formulas. Well, there's going to be 4, but 3 that we've learned so far. 2 of them are arithmetic, and 1 of them is geometric. So when you see geometric, you know that you're going to have to use the geometric one. Also, what can help clue you into which formula you need to use is geometric are ones that have a common ratio, which have an r. So you have to make sure you use the sum formula that has an r built into it. And this is the only one. Now, if we want to find the sum of the first 12 terms, we would know that n is 12. Do we know term 1? Yes, it's 3. Do we know how much we're multiplying by each time? Yes, what are we multiplying by? 4. Do we know n? Well, if we're finding the sum of the first 12, then n in this case will be 12. So we know everything on this side of the formula, so now we can plug things in. Term 1 is 3. 1 minus r is 4 to the power 12 over 1 minus 4. Now when you go to type this into your calculator, if you have a graphing calculator with the newest operating system, try this. Try your alpha button and your y equals and see if this menu comes up. If you have an older calculator, this menu won't come up, and that's okay. But I'll show it first with the new operating system. So I push the alpha button and then y equals, because above it is F1. That gets me to some additional functions. And the first thing, n over d, you can push enter, and it will write it as a fraction. Yes, Ian? Yeah. The nice thing about the fraction button is what I'm going to do is I'm going to, oops. Just a second. I'm going to move this down just so I can see it. I got to that again by pushing the alpha button and then y equals. And if it doesn't, if you have a TI-84 and it's not doing this, then come see me and I can upgrade your calculator to a newer system. That'll allow you to do this. If you have a TI-83 Plus, this option's not available, so you'll have to wait until after. So yours won't have this yet. I'll show you what you would do if you have a TI-83 right after. The nice thing is you have a fraction, so now you can type this, what you have right here, exactly as you see it. So I'm going to go 3 bracket 1 minus 4 to the power, and it's above the divide sign, 12. To get out of an exponent like that, you can use the arrow keys to get out of there. Close that bracket, divided by 1 minus 4. I could write minus 3 if you wanted to do that mental math, but you could write 1 minus 4 as well, and push enter, and it tells us a very big number, 16777,215 equals 16777,215. Very big number as the sum. If you have a TI-83 or another calculator and you still want to type this in all at once, the only difference is that you are going to need to put brackets around the top whenever you have more than one thing in the numerator, and you're going to have to put an extra set of brackets around the bottom. So if your calculator doesn't do the fractions, when you go to type it in, put an extra bracket, 3 bracket 1 minus 4 to the power 12. It might have the hat button instead of the actually going up for the exponent. Then I have a bracket in blue. Then I have my additional bracket in red divided by bracket 1 minus 4. Okay? It's not quite as nice because it doesn't look exactly as what your notes look like, but this will give you the same answer. Questions you can do after this one. R4, 5, 6, and 7. Again, we'll do a couple of questions, and then I'll give you some time to try some.